What is stress and violence? Stress and violence are major psychosocial hazards affecting workers in many industries today. When workloads are high, communication is poor, and support is lacking, employees may experience mental pressure, emotional exhaustion, and even harassment or aggression. In this session, we will explore how stress builds up, how it leads to conflict and violence, and why effective communication and support systems are essential for a healthy workplace.
I'm still not used to the workload here. Everything is so fast.
I understand, Isha. I've been doing double shift for 3 weeks. I'm exhausted.
I'm trying my best.
I can't focus. My head is spinning.
You need a break.
Too much talking. Bakis, stop wasting time. And Anisha, if you cry again today, I'm writing the report. I'm not crying. I just said, if you get the pressure, please. Don't be anywhere.
Are you serious, Aisha? You are useless. Enough, Natara. You are pushing everyone to the edge. Is that the dream?
What is happening here? I heard shouting from outside.
Puan Melissa, verbal abuse and meditation count as workplace violence.
I was only motivating them.
No, that is harassment. Workers need support, not fear. Tell me honestly, how workplace affect you?
I can't sleep. I feel scared every day. I shake when I hear shouting.
I'm exhausted. I'm working overtime and no one hears us when we are stressed.
This is serious. Stress can lead to depression, mistake and physical injuries. From today, we will implement stress management training, proper rest break, zero tolerance for violence, effective communication, private counseling for workers, and lastly, reporting channel for harassment.
I'm so sorry to everyone. I didn't realize my action was harmful. I will improve my communication and support is teamwork.
Thank you. I feel better knowing there are changes.
This is what we needed, a safe place to work.
The first case study that we found is this case occurred in a government hospital involving a young nurse aged 26 working in the emergency department. Based on research patterns, hospitals are high risk for job stress, bullying, verbal aggression, psychological harassment, and overwork and burnout. The ED environment is known for long hours, insufficient staffing, and emotional demanding procedures. So what happened? For several months, the nurse experienced repeated verbal abuse by senior staff. For the example, "You're too slow. If patient die, it's on you. Why do we get useless junior like you?" Second, public humiliation. Senior nurse scolded her loudly in front of patients and families. Third, unrealistic workload. She was assigned tasks normally requiring 2 or 3 staff members, such as managing multiple critical patients at once, handling documentation alone during peak hours, and directing patient flow without support. Next, exclusion from team communication. She was not informed about shift changes, emergency protocols, and update resulting in mistake. Last but not least, no outlet to report bullying. The hospital lacked a reporting portal, counseling service, and anti-bullying policy enforcement. So what is the impact on the worker? Within 3 months, she developed constant headache, loss of appetite, emotional exhaustion, panic attacks before work, mild depression symptom, and reduced concentration during procedures. And one day, she made a medication preparation error which triggered more bullying, increasing her anxiety. Case study 2 is aggressive customer incident involving frontline reception workers. This case is based on a scenario where frontline staff who deal directly with the public are at high risk of workplace violence. The worker involved, female receptionist 27 years old, has been working for 8 months, handle appointments, registration and general inquiries. No formal training on violence management, works alone during peak hours. So what happened? One morning, a patient arrived extremely upset about delayed appointment. Then he began shouting loudly, "I've been waiting for an hour. What are you doing?" Second, use verbal insults. "You are useless. Why do they hire people like you?" Third, hit the counter with his fist. The loud impact startled the receptionist and nearby patients. Then, leaned aggressively over their desk, invading her personal space, making her feel unsafe. Other patients begin watching, making the situation more intense. The receptionist became scared, started shaking, and could not continue her duties. What is the factors? First, poor control of waiting time. No queue management system, customer will get frustrated. Second, lack of protective barrier. The reception counter was low and open, making it easy for the customer to lean over. Third, lone working. Receptionist was alone, no colleagues to support. And last, no staff training. She had never been trained on conflict de-escalation, managing aggressive behavior, and emergency protocols. In conclusion, workplace stress and violence are significant occupational health concerns. Chronic stress and exposure to workplace violence can affect both physical and mental health. Occupational health guidelines play a critical role in identifying, preventing, and managing these risks. By promoting a safe and supportive work environment, employers can ensure the well-being of their employees and maintain a healthy, productive workforce. And for the recommendation to reduce stress and violence in the workplace, regular risk assessment should be conducted. Employees should receive training and counseling support, clear reporting channel established, and a positive workplace culture promoted. Poison Act 1952, Safe Handling of Toxic Substance. The Poison Act 1952 is one of Malaysia's key laws regulating the handling, storage, usage, and sale of poisonous substances. It ensures that dangerous chemicals are labeled correctly, stored securely, and handled only by trained personnel. In this section, we will demonstrate what happens when poisons are mismanaged, the weakness of the Act, and why compliance is crucial to prevent chemical exposure and protect worker health.
I hope I'm doing things right. Nisha, don't open that. You don't know what chemical it is. The label faded last month. Why did anyone replace the label? Muaz said it used to be seen the street anywhere. Maybe this is just a cleaning solution.
My eyes sting.
I feel dizzy. Something burns on my hand.
Aisha, what happened? This bottle chlorine and you handled it without PPE?
But the supervisor told us we don't need to use PPE for small parts.
No, under the Poison Act, only personnel trained can handle poisons and PPE is mandatory.
Let's go to the clinic. This is exposure chemical case.
Alah, Dr. Marisa, it's just one small accident. It's new. Water is better, but it's fine.
Muaz, this is serious with about the medical section of the Poison Act.
You are too serious. Enforcement never check us.
And that's why accidents happen.
Good morning. I'm here due to a reported chemical exposure involving a scheduled poison. These poisons are not logged and there's no labeling. Also, your logbook is incomplete. This violates the Poison Act 1952.
We will update everything soon.
Exposure has already happened. This could have been fatal. Your company may face penalty if corrective action is not taken immediately.
So everyone, this incident is a lesson. One mistake can cause poisoning, burns, and even death. Oh, I didn't know the rules. I thought someone trained me earlier. So we will implement poison handling training,
Lock poison cabinets, PPE enforcement, a complete poison logbook system, poison handling training, and a proper labeling for all chemicals.
This is the correct approach. The Poison Act 1952 exists to protect workers.
How this Act protect the community? The Act protects the community in multiple ways. First, it ensures that only licensed and authorized person can handle, sell, or import poisonous substance. Second, it enforces proper labeling and safe storage practice so that poisons are clearly identified and kept away from unauthorized individuals. Third, the Act minimizes accidental poisoning at home, school, and workplace by requiring guidelines for disposal and transportation. By regulating industrial chemicals and pesticides, the Act also indirectly protects the environment and reduces occupational hazards. Even though the Poison Act is comprehensive, it still has some weakness. Many people, especially in rural areas, are not aware of the regulation, which increase the risk of accidental poisoning. Enforcement is also difficult in remote areas because of limited officers and resources. New chemicals may not be listed in the Act, creating gaps in safety. Lastly, the penalties are sometimes not strong enough to stop illegal sales or misuse. The first case study involves a university student who was caught selling unregistered poisonous substance online in 2023. Under the Poison Act 1952, anyone who wants to sell or distribute poisons must have valid license and the substance must be properly registered and approved. So in this case, the student sold chemical products without any authorization and without ensuring the safety of the buyers. This is dangerous because poisonous substances can cause serious harm if they are misused, mishandled, or not stored properly. As a result of this offence, the student will fine 500 ringgit. This case shows that even small-scale online selling is still covered under the law, and enforcement will be taken regardless of who the seller is. It also reminds the public that selling or purchasing poisons without proper control can put both user and the community at high risk. The second case study focused on chemical poisoning incidents among industrial workers in Malaysia. As reported in a scientific study, many workers were exposed to hazardous chemicals such as solvents, acid, and cleaning agents while working in factories. This exposure happened mainly because of poor handling practice, no training, lack of proper personal protective equipment, and chemicals that were not properly labeled or stored. Under the Poison Act 1952, poisonous substances used in industry must be stored safely, clearly labeled, and handled only by trained or authorized workers. However, in this case, several workplaces fail to follow this requirement. As a result, workers experience symptoms such as headache, dizziness, skin irritation, respiratory problems, and long-term health effects. This case highlights the importance of strict compliance with the Poison Act to protect workers. It also emphasized the need for proper training, enforcement, and monitoring to ensure that industries' workplace handle poisonous substances responsibly. In conclusion, the Poison Act 1952 is important for protecting the community and workers by regulating poisonous substances and ensuring they are handled safely. So, to improve the effectiveness of the Act, awareness should be increased, enforcement strengthened, and updates made to include new chemicals while promoting safe handling practice.